All right, let's talk about a technology that is completely changing the game when it comes to preparing surfaces. We're going to dive into the world of laser finish removal, and trust me, it's a big deal. But let me just start by asking you this. What if you could take one of your most expensive, dirty, and time-consuming jobs and just transform it? I mean, imagine stripping surfaces 5 times faster than you are right now. And what if you never had to buy sand or chemicals or any other consumable again, and you created almost zero waste in the process? It sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, right? Well, it's not. This technology is here, right now. To really get why this is such a revolution, we first have to talk about the old way of doing things. For decades, the go-to methods have been sandblasting and chemical stripping, and frankly, they come with a ton of problems and hidden costs. So let's be honest for a second. Is your current surface prep method costing you way more than you think? It's easy to just look at the cost of materials, but the real cost, the one that really hits your bottom line, is tied up in labor, health risks, and waste disposal. Okay, this is where it gets really eye-opening. Just look at these numbers. If you're sandblasting, you could be burning through up to $20,000 a year just on consumables. Add another $10,000 for waste disposal. But here's the real kicker, labor. Between 40 and 60% of the entire job is just setting up and cleaning up. Now look at laser cleaning. Those costs, they basically just disappear. And it's not just about the money. Not by a long shot. Sandblasting is a serious health hazard. We're talking silica dust, which can cause silicosis, a brutal, incurable lung disease. It's also so aggressive it can literally warp thin materials or eat away at your base metal. And all that setup and cleanup time we just talked about, that's time and money down the drain. And what about the other old-school method, chemical stripping? Well, its days are numbered. The EPA is cracking down on the chemicals used. Why? Because they're dangerous. They can cause corrosion on sensitive metals like aluminum. The process is painfully slow. You have to wait hours for the chemicals to work, and the risk of chemical burns for your team is always there. So yeah, these old methods have had their run. But the good news is, there's a smarter, safer, and way more efficient solution available today. So let me introduce you to laser finish removal. It's a totally non-contact technology. It uses these incredibly focused beams of light to literally vaporize rust, paint, and coatings right off a surface. And the real magic is the precision. We're talking micron-level accuracy. That means the gunk disappears, but the material underneath is left completely untouched and undamaged. And the results are, well, they're just staggering. First up, speed. When you factor in the whole process from start to finish, it's up to 5 times faster than sandblasting. There's no big setup, no loading media, and absolutely no messy cleanup. You just point, clean, and you're done. Second, let's talk operating costs. Your annual budget for sand or chemicals or any of that stuff, it drops to a big fat zero. The laser is the tool, and the only consumable is electricity. That's it. And that leads to an unbelievably clean process. No harsh chemicals means no hazardous waste to deal with. Everything that gets zapped off the surface is instantly sucked up by a built-in extraction system. It's really that clean and simple. So here's the bottom line for your business. Yeah, the upfront investment is higher, but for most companies, they see a full return on that investment in just 12 to 24 months. When you stop buying consumables and slash your labor costs, the machine pretty much pays for itself. All right, let's dig a little deeper and put these methods head to head. Because when you see the numbers side by side, the story becomes crystal clear. And wow, this chart just lays it all out, doesn't it? Look at precision. The laser is accurate to within 0.02 of a millimeter. Sandblasting, you could be off by 5 millimeters. That's the difference between a surgeon's scalpel and a sledgehammer. Consumables per year? 0 for the laser. Damage to your parts? None. And safety? You're trading the risk of a lifelong lung disease or chemical burns for just wearing proper eye protection. It's not even a fair fight. Okay, so you're probably wondering, how does this magic actually work? It sounds super complex, but the science behind it, a process called laser ablation, is actually pretty straightforward and, well, really cool. It all happens in 4 super clean steps. 1, a pulse of high-energy laser light hits the surface. 2, the coating, the paint or the rust, not the metal, absorbs all that energy and heats up instantly. 3, this intense heat makes the coating vaporize. It turns from a solid straight into a gas, leaving the surface underneath totally clean. And 4, a vacuum system right at the head of the laser sucks up all the debris. Simple, clean, and crazy effective. Now, it's important to know that not all lasers are the same. You've basically got two main types. Pulsed lasers are for your delicate, high-precision jobs, thin coatings, heat-sensitive materials. Continuous wave, or CW lasers, are the heavy lifters. They're for blasting through thick rust and heavy coatings when you need maximum speed. Choosing the right one is all about matching it to your specific job. And don't think for a second that this is some new-fangled, unproven tech. This is a battle-tested solution that's already being used by some of the most demanding industries on the planet. We're talking about the biggest names out there. In the auto world, Ford, GM, BMW, and even Tesla use it for all sorts of things, from removing e-coatings to building EV batteries. In aerospace, the U.S. Air Force depends on it to safely strip hazardous coatings off their aircraft. You'll also find it in industrial manufacturing for mold cleaning and even in the delicate work of restoring historic antiques. Okay, so we've seen the proof, we know it works, we know it's powerful and ready to go. The next logical question is, how do you get this advantage working for you and your operation? And that really is the most important question, right? It's not just about getting a laser. It's about getting the right laser system for the work you do, whether you're out in the field, in a workshop, or running a fully automated production line. And Chihalo has a whole range of solutions, all factory direct. For work on the go, there are portable, handheld systems that start at just $4,000. If you're doing batch processing, there are fully enclosed workstations for extra safety. And for maximum efficiency, you can get robotic cells that plug right into your automated lines. And going factory direct is key. It means you skip the middleman and the dealer markup, so you get the perfect system for your needs and your budget. So when you put it all together, the real question is this. Are you ready to completely eliminate consumables from your budget and slash your surface prep time by up to 80%? The technology is here, it's proven, and it's ready to go to work for you. If the answer is yes, then don't wait. Go straight to the source. The experts at Chihalo can look at exactly what you're doing and recommend the perfect system. All the contact info is right there on your screen. Reach out to them, get a quote, and find out how this technology can completely revolutionize the way you work.